Alright, welcome back to the Luigi's Mansion Any Percent Guide No Out of Bounds. We're going to take on Area 2 today. So after you're done talking to E-Guide, you select Hidden Mansion again, and you end up here and you want to go up here. This door will unlock, and now you're going to come all the way to the left of this hallway, and you're going to see I'm moving back and forth with the flashlight. That's so I don't spawn a ghost, which that actually saves time. Every time you spawn a ghost, you usually get scared and it loses about a second. So you're going to come into this room, walk into the center of the room, and just spin around. You'll spawn both of these ghosts, and you're going to get grabbed by one of the grappler ghosts and get them both. That's one thing we try to do, is we try to set ourselves up for multiple ghosts with one vacuum, and it is the most optimal way to do this room, and you'll see there's a lot of doubles we'll get. Actually, in the next room is actually one of the hardest rooms to get the doubles. So now we're going to exit this room, and we're going to head towards where we came from, but we are going to head to the ballroom, which is actually one of the harder rooms in my opinion to get the doubles just when you're starting. Once you learn it, it's very, very easy, but I still mess up quite a bit. So once you enter, you want to head down here and it will spawn all the shy guys, and you want to space yourself just far apart where you'll leave one of the shy guys in place and the other one will walk towards you, stacking on top of the other. You're going to do this over and over again in this room to get perfect doubles. That's what makes this room so hard, is just trying to move yourself around the shy guys to try and get the doubles. So once you get this double, you're going to move to the bottom left of the room, and this is where the RNG of the room takes place. This is the dancing couple. People think you can manipulate it. To be honest, you really can't. You want to step on this platform and wait for them to show their heart, which is RNG. And that was the best possible scenario right there. That was early release. And once you start sucking them up, you're going to get on the dancing platform, and you're going to move your way towards the chest and grab the key. Once you grab the key, you're going to go into the next room to the right, and this is where a new strat called Poster Skip was found by both V-Man and Jared's Giants. You're going to walk over here, spin in the room, and just wait for this pink ghost to spawn. You're going to grab him, move it to this corner, and position your vacuum just correctly to where you see how Luigi is running super close or super fast. That is how you know you got Poster Skip. Then you're going to grab this ghost, and I like to stand right here in the room, and it helps me get a perfect double here. So, the Poster Skip, as you'll see, is I'm about to hit this button in the bottom part of the room, and there's going to be just a button there. There is no poster on the button, which is very surprising. And I'm going to explain that in just 1 second. The way the Poster Skip works is your vacuum is pretty much through the wall, and you're so close to the poster that you're just ripping it off the wall from where you're standing. So, there's actually a visual cue for the Poster Skip, and that is where your vacuum is just on that black little bar, whatever that is. And you can just go on to it, and that's how Poster Skip works. It's very strange. But once you hit the button, there's a whole cutscene where you've released all the boos in the mansion, and now here's where the main RNG of the whole game comes in, is where all these boos are. So now the first boo you're going to get is going to be in the first room we entered. And the thing about this boo is you can either get a tech skip, which right here I don't. If you see this ball in a table, it usually means the boo is there, and it kind of sucks because that means you can't get a tech skip, which you're going to see right here what I mean by text. E-Guide's going to call you, and it takes up some time, but in this room we can actually get a tech skip by, if that boo is not in that cloth, we can use that cloth to grab him. Now I take a risk, and I hear he changes the position. When he laughs, that means he moved places. So now I'm going to look around the room and see where he's at. I think he's in here. No, he's not. He is in the far left bureau dresser thing with plates. What we do is we remove some of the cloth there and start grabbing this boo. And I'm going to go over a strat in a second. But then once we grab the boo, we grab that cloth, and there's tech skip. Okay, so now I'm going to go over the boo pump strat, but in this room we just go down the dressers, and as you hear, the boo laughs, and that means he literally just moved there as I start checking it. But, so this boo has 50 health. Now, every 10 health I drain, I am holding L and R at the exact same time. But every 10 health, I let go of the R, and it keeps the boo in place. It's called a boo pump. It keeps him in place for about 15 cackles. And that strat was found by someone by the name of Coopery. And this was a huge find for the speedrunners. Now this allows us to one-cycle most of the boos in the game, and they won't be able to escape. So now we're going to mash through this. And we never want to save, because saving loses us time. And we're going to pull out our camera and use it on this mirror, and that is mirror working right there. So now that we mirror worked, we're going to head to the ballroom. And over here I'm just going to save, because I want to make sure that I get every boo in one cycle as much as I can. And it's very hard to get every single boo in one cycle. I'll explain later. It's usually in area 3 and 4 where some of the boos become a pain in the ass. But we're not going to get the boo in this room just yet. We're going to go into the second room as it saves some time. And now the thing about this boo in this room is he's always going to be in these crates. And I always like try to vacuum until like I get like a second, I guess, notification that I got where I found the second spot of where the boo could be hiding. Because sometimes there's a ball, bomb in this room, but as you can see I found him on the first try. So now we're gonna go through here, and he's usually in these 2 chairs or the post or portrait. I think he's in the 2 chairs, as you can tell by the boo radar. The boo radar is your best friend and worst enemy because it can help you out a lot or it can screw you. So as you see, every 10 health I let go of R and instantly push it back in, and it keeps him in place. It keeps him in place for about 15 tackles, so that means you need to do it perfectly for 150 health. So now that we got 5 boos, EGAD's gonna tell us that there's a room that's been unlocked with Toad in it or something. I don't know. I can't read Japanese. I don't know any of that shit. And even when it was in English, couldn't read it. I didn't care about reading it. So now we're gonna head back all the way over here, and we're gonna enter this room instead. We're gonna go over to the trash can. I'm sorry, toilet. And grab the key. So now that you grab this key, you're gonna mirror warp all the way back to the start. It saves only a couple seconds. I actually don't do this because I always forget to do it when I grab the key, as I did not know about this until I started making this guide. So we're gonna mirror warp, and I'm just gonna continuously save just for the purpose of the guide to like get this as clean as possible. So we're gonna head all the way over to the right, and as you can see, I'm always shining my flashlight to make sure I don't get scared. And I'm going to enter this room here. And now these ghosts, these grappler ghosts, are invisible. So I'm going to spin in this room, but you can tell by their dust cloud or if you use the mirror. So I'm going to stand in the middle, spin around a bit, and I'm going to spawn 2 ghosts and get them as fast as I can. And then after these 2 ghosts happen, they're going to start spawning 2. So I'm going to set myself up for doubles. So I'm going to get grabbed by this bottom right ghost by standing still for a couple seconds and then lining them up for a perfect double. And I am going to pretty much repeat the process for the second double in this room. I'm going to wait, and not too much, but I instantly get grabbed and I start moving towards and just wait for the second ghost to get closer. And I start moving myself over to where the chest is going to spawn. And now this is where we get the fire element. And there is a trick found called flashlight skip, which I will get into later. But now EGAD's going to go on about how we found fire, and now if we find some fire elements or whatever, we can get it and shoot fire out of our vacuums. So once we finish talking to EGAD, we're going to go over here and we're going to grab some fire from the torch. And I kind of make a mistake here. You kind of can get trolled in this room a bit. I light the candles on fire, which I shouldn't have. I should have actually been using the vacuum to open up the dresser and the portrait, as I can put out those candles and it actually loses some time. And I walked all the way over to the other side of the room, lit the candles, and kept the door unlocked, which that was not a good decision on my part. I should have gotten the boo out, and then I should have lit the candles. So now I'm going to come over here and I will show you how flashlight skip works. Every time you enter a room, as you start pulling out your flashlight, you hit L, and I'm not trying to shoot a fireball. I'm pressing it in real hard. If you press in the left trigger real quick, you'll shoot a fireball. I'm trying to just push it in just a little bit, and as you can see, I don't pull out my flashlight. I instantly start shooting fire, and that gives us control instantly of Luigi. So every time you enter from a light room into a dark room, you want to lightly press L to shoot fire, and you can instantly start moving. It saves about a second every time you do it. So we're going to light these candles in a clockwise manner so it spawns the key and it gives us time to walk to the other side of the room so we can grab it and leave the room. Oh, there's a lot to talk about in this guide. Sorry about talking so fast, guys. So we're going to come over here and we're going to light these invisible floating candles, and for some reason that shows the Butler. Now we're going to run all the way over to the Butler's room as fast as we can, as it actually matters how fast we get to the room. So I'm continuously looking up in the sky and just spinning around, making sure I don't get scared by ghosts. So we're going to enter this room, walk all the way over to the washer, hit the washer, and it shoots out Mario's hat. Spawn this ghost and grab him, and while we're grabbing him, walk on top of the hat, and you're able to get the ghost and the hat basically around the same time. Then I'm going to walk on this side of the room, spin around a bit, and it'll spawn a grappler ghost for 20 health. Yeah, grab him as fast as we can. Then I like to spin around as fast as we can and grab the pink ghost on the right. We're going to grab the pink ghost. It spawns 2 ghosts. And now it's going to spawn the grappler, and I grab the grappler. Instantly, you want to wait a second for the chest to spawn as it actually saves some time. Enter this room, and as you can hear, it sits down. As he sits down, we want to grab him, pull him up into this top left corner, and I see the boo radars going crazy, so I want to hit this, and I think the boo's in here. Yep. So now we're going to use the boo pump, get him all easy, position yourself in front of the chest, talk to E-Guy for a bit, and grab the chest. So once we grab the key, we're going to exit the room the way we came in, and we are going to grab a boo in this room too. So what you want to do is, usually he's in the soap and towel. You want to actually, if the boo radar is still going crazy, hold on to that for a bit, because he could be in either the soap or towel. But as you can see, he's in this bureau thing. So now we're about 3/4 the way done with area 2. And where we're going to head is all the way back up the hallway. And as you can see, I get scared there because I was not spinning up in a circle. So I'm just going over here, but you guys want to continue heading up. You'll see in a second where you're supposed to be heading. But I'm just saving as much as I can to be as consistent with it as possible. But that's what I get for not spinning in half circles. I got scared twice. That's 2 seconds gone right there. So we're going to head up this hallway. And make sure you have fire. If you're low on fire, you can grab fire from a candle. I'll show you in a second. So we're going to enter this room, and we're going to hit every instrument in the room. Alright, so we're going to hit this saxophone, harp, everything. We're going to go down the line, and this will spawn Melody, and she actually plays 2 songs, and you have to guess which song's right. And even though I don't speak Japanese or know how to read Japanese, she will only play 2 songs, and they are always in the same position, and you can tell by the song. V-Man says you can actually tell by the way her hands move. Now this is the water song. If you get this song, you could just mash A and B the whole time once she starts talking, because it's going to be the first option. The second option is a song from Super Mario Bros. 3, which is the third option. And the way you can tell that in Japanese is it's the only thing with the number 3 in it. So we want to light some of these music sheets on fire, and then when there's a couple left, you vacuum them up. And you want to drag her in this corner. And I like to drag her up and check this drawer to see if the boo's in there. So he was in there, and now I'm going to try and grab him. And that was actually really good RNG. Sometimes he's all over the place. He can be in any of these music. He can be in the piano, he can be in the chair, he can be in anything. And it's very annoying. And it's actually good that he was all the way over there, because that means the pearls did not auto-lock because I was not looking at the pearls. Pearls can be your worst enemy. So now as you can see, I have no fire here because I actually had a mistake in the room. That's why I saved. And you can grab fire from this little candle over here. So we're going to enter this room. I'm going to stick all the way up into the top left. And remember, you want to enter through the left door. So it would be the right door on that end. So we're going to open this fridge. And as soon as we start opening it, we're going to shoot fire. And that bypasses a element skip. That ghost usually has an ice around his heart. But because we're shooting fire on that spot, he's already, like, the ice is already gone, and we can instantly just shine the flashlight and grab him. So now we got the water element, and now we're going to mash through this, and we're going to grab water from this sink right behind us, okay? So I'm going to grab water from this sink, and the boo trolled and went all over the place. So I'm going to start and put this door out, and I think he's in here? Yes, he is. He's in the oven. So we're going to grab this boo, and we're going to start moving our way. Once we start grabbing him, we're going to move all the way over to this door. And now the door is completely out. That saves some time if you get the door first and then the boo. And then we're going to enter through here into... this isn't annoying, but to me, I just don't like this ghost just because it takes some time. You walk all the way over, summon him, and now you want to just, like, start dodging him twice. You dodge him twice, and on the third time, you actually want to get bit. And you want to throw him towards the bottom right, as it will actually spawn the skeleton ghost faster, and he'll be closer to where the bone lands. So now you see I grab this ghost, bone lands instantly, he's already, like, his heart's showing. So I like to drag this ghost in the corner, and this is one of the ghosts I use the C stick for. I use the control stick to drag it, or I use the C stick. So now you use your camera on the doghouse, and then boom, you enter it. And if you're running low on health, you can actually grab a health thing from this tombstone over here. It grants 50 health, it's always in there. But once we grab that, we want to hit this tombstone, and it's going to spawn 3 skeleton ghosts. And you can actually manipulate a double in here, but I like to grab the single over here. And now you want to move yourself over here so that the skeletons move away and also move closer to you to set up a perfect double. You want to grab this ghost or this double and move over to this area. And now here comes single-handedly the hardest area boss to one cycle. This is Bogmire. Now you don't want to be like touching the C-stick in this area, but I highly recommend you learn C-stick for this ghost, as it clearly helps you one cycle this boss. So at the start of the fight, there's going to be a shadow that spawns in front of you, and you want to pull your vacuum out instantly and start vacuuming him up, and he'll come into a ball. And like 95% of the time, Bogmire's on your right hand side. So when you see the shadow start to turn into a ball, you're going to want to move all the way to the right as it's starting to move to a ball, as you'll drag the ball along with you. And then when you get to Bogmire, you're going to shoot it at him. And this is where the hard part comes, is controlling Bogmire, as he's one of the fastest ghosts in the whole game. So boom, shoot the ball, and whenever I have control, I'm using the C stick as fast as I can. And whenever I'm getting dragged, as you see right there, I was starting to get dragged, I let go of the C stick, and I always keep the control stick completely opposite of Bogmire. You want to always have the control stick completely opposite of Bogmire. Now, I'm going to put in the description a link to Sarkarai's video on how to one-cycle Bogmire, as he goes even more in-depth, and it's even perfect. I can't explain how the control stick method works. He shows you how the control stick method works, but I am telling you, C-stick on Bogmire is the easiest, fastest way to do it, and it makes your life a lot easier. He's the hardest boss in the game, but that was a really clean one cycle on me. I somehow dragged him towards the bottom, and I didn't start losing control till the end. And the second I started losing control, I instantly let go of the C-stick, regained control, and used the C-stick to continuously vacuum him up. Area 2 is one of the more fun parts of the game, in my opinion, but Area 3, which is coming up, is my favorite area in the whole game, and you'll see that next episode. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next episode, alright?
Yabba yabba.